Everyone, Physio here on day 51. I hiked 27 miles out of Waynesboro this morning to get to Loft Mountain Campground, which is where I currently situated. And this spot is very exciting to me. I got quite emotional coming in here, and I was thinking about making this video because this is actually where I was first inspired to hike the AT. Last year, about a year ago exactly, Nicole and I decided to spend the night up in Shenandoah, and due to my natural lack of planning, some of the other campgrounds were full. This one is actually the furthest south in the park, and so you couldn't even make reservations. We kind of just wung it, came down hoping there'd be a spot, and we ended up with an opportunity to do hike-in car camping, which means you can't drive your car like right up to the lot. You have to hike a whole like 15 feet with your gear. And as we were setting up our as we were choosing our lot, this couple next to us was leaving, and he was actually a park ranger for a different park, but he used to work here, and he was leaving what he called the honeymoon suite. He had been there with his family for about 5 days, and he said, "You got to take our spot." So we went in there. It was a beautiful, huge, large plot that had 2 rock ledges leading right to the AT, about 12 feet from us. And then right there was one of the most famous spots at Loft Campground to watch the sunset. So it really just inspired me, and I got to talking with Nicole that night about how cool it would be to hike the AT. We came over to the store to get some ice and some food and take a shower after our day hike on Blue Blazes, and I saw thru hikers sitting on these very tables that I'm sitting on, and I just thought to myself, like, man, maybe I could really do this. And at the time, I hadn't thought through any of the details. I was working for a different company that I left this past January. Didn't really consider it feasible, but just thought, this is something I want to do. And what was sort of like a mild interest or obsession got ramped up and ramped up and ramped up all through the fall. And I bought more gear, and I couldn't stop talking about it. And just getting back here, to me, feels like I'm home. We're not going to stay here tonight because it was supposed to rain on me all day. It ended up clearing up, and now the evening fog is sort of coming back in, and in front of me, behind the camera here, there's some nasty clouds. So we did book a room at an inn, maybe a 20-minute drive from here, but we're going to start hiking out of here tomorrow morning, and we may even come back and spend the night here if it's nice out, instead of doing 2 nights in this little inn not far from the parkway here. So overall, I just am feeling really happy to be here, happy to be within 100 miles of home, 100 miles of Harper's Ferry, getting very close to halfway, happy to be healthy, and really excited to see Nicole and my dog, Scout, for the next couple of days, and hike in and out with them over the next 2 weeks, probably. I mean, I'll be within just a few hour drive. My anniversary's coming up, so I'm gonna have a lot of fun, see a lot of friends and family over the coming months as I move north, but specifically over this next few weeks. And this was sort of like the moment I thought I would get there. And I took a few pictures of that very campsite I mentioned earlier, so you'll see those up on Instagram. But I'm gonna sign off now and just enjoy the evening, enjoy an easy hike tomorrow. Not gonna do 27, although the terrain in Shenandoah, which I thought was very difficult last year, now feels like a breeze. So I did 27 today, which is amongst my longer days, may even be my longest, or tied for my longest. I think I did a 28er last week though, maybe even going into Waynesboro. So it's right up there, and I don't feel the pain from it. So I think these shoes are worn in and my body's adapted, but I also think this terrain's a little easier, which means that if we're gonna do less mileage tomorrow, we'll really be able to slow down and enjoy the wildlife, the side trails, any like waterfalls and things like that. So if you haven't got a chance, I would definitely recommend Loft Mountain Campground. It's perfect for people that don't plan like me. And there's a few other great campgrounds in Shenandoah, Big Meadows to be sure, and a couple others. I haven't even been to those. I hope to check them out as I head north, but just come out to this park. It is my favorite park. The Smokies was great, but it's got nothing on Shenandoah, and I'm just happy to be home. That's it for now.